All right, guys. Northern Breeze, hole number 3. So I'm pretty stoked about this one. I was excited about it anyways because when I aced this a while back when the course first came out, it's a pretty sweet line, just super risky. But I found an even better line. So here we go. I'm going to show you how I typically play this hole first. A lot of different ways to play it, but most people are going to throw a forehand fairway through this big gap over here on the left. Probably the most common play. It's what I normally do as well. But now that I found this line, I might be changing it up. But anyway, accurate roll sapphire, slide to the right to open up this gap a little bit, and then just try to, I like to, or some people throw through that gap there, but we're going to start over here. I like to just put some hyzer on it, start off on this left side, and then just try to cut the corner just a touch, just to decrease the distance of your throwing. Oh man, that was a horrible break. Usually that's going to bounce off the log there. That is not what you want to do. Let's try that again. Slide to the right, accurate roll sapphire, add a little bit of hyzer just to kind of work the corner here. And this is like your typical landing spot. Leaves you with a pretty easy birdie. That's within putting distance even. Definitely uphill, so I wanted to aim up a little bit. And that's kind of the regular play for majority of players, and there's nothing wrong with that play. It's going to get you birdie a lot of times. It can get a little tricky in certain winds, but for the most part, it's pretty routine. Accurate roll sapphire, just throw it down here. You can try to cut the corner a little bit. You don't have to. Even that one was pretty straight, and I was only 65 feet away, so very manageable. If you get tough winds like this, I like to have the PD in the bag just to give me a little bit extra distance. Same type of shot though, it's just going to add more distance and then more ground play because it's not the roll feature. And there you go, another 65 feet, 64 feet, so very makeable. We'll do it one more time for you. Just throw it up this gap, a little bit of hyzer, at least I like to. You can maybe even start on the right side and just do a straight pullback. That's, you kind of normally get a good bounce like that if you hit those rocks or those logs, but every once in a while you can bounce backwards, so some people don't even like to risk that corner. And then there's this other way. You can kind of cut this route here. It's a pretty direct route at the basket. This is that same disc, the accurate roll sapphire. If I throw this route, I'm usually going to be throwing the Vandal. I like something a lot straighter. I don't have to worry about turning it over and then having it fade back. The Vandal's a very straight disc, as you'll see here. Even slide to the left, open up that gap a little bit, and then just turn it past that tree and it'll come back. That wasn't the ideal wind for the Vandal, just because you usually want a little bit of a tailwind if I'm going to throw that line, just like this. I got a big 3 tailwind. So this is a perfect wind for this line. I think I even got lucky once and bounced off of this rock on the right and aced it. Kind of like that, but right into the basket. That was not a lucky bounce. That's not where you want to end up. But you can see the potential for that line. This next one is the first line that I got the ace on, so I'm excited to show this. Slide to the right. This is the Skip Sapphire. And then not too long after Northern Breeze popped up in, I'll get in there. Nope. Popped up in multiplayer. I got this line in multiplayer too, but it does come with a lot of risk. I mean, that's only 57 feet. The risk is the trees you got to get by, and then the dead skip. The dead skip can be killer, and so can the trees. So that's kind of why I stopped throwing this line. I mean, I got pretty good at it, but every once in a while I would hit this tree right here or just get in there. Oh man, that almost had it. Either get a dead skip or hit one of those trees, and then it's pretty much a guaranteed par from there. So just not worth the risk when this can be an automatic birdie. If you do get a headwind and you want to throw this, you can just up to the rive, glide skip, and just take some off of it, just like that. And kind of serves the same purpose. Oh, get in. Dang, I almost made it with the rive too. So you can see it's a fun ace line. I got it once in MP. For me, it's not worth the risk anymore if I'm trying to be competitive. Yes, if I'm down a stroke, then sometimes I'll run this. But now I have a better line. It gives me, I feel like, a better shot at the ace, and it's more of a safe play. So if I ever need an ace on this hole, I'm going to be using my other line now. But here you go. It's a fun line if you ever want to just show off during multiplayer, so people are wondering what the heck route you're taking. It's always fun to put that on the map and let the other players watch that. That was kind of close off that rock, but easy birdie from there. If you can just get past the trees and get a good skip with the sapphire, you're pretty much guaranteed birdie at worst. But this is the line I found. So glide, skip, rive. We're going to aim bottom chevron right at these little hang down of the tree there. And you want to go just past that tree and just to the left of this tree. And there you go. I loving this line. Worst case scenario, if you get the line, if you hit the line. Obviously, if you hit a tree early, you're in trouble. But if you go long, I mean, it's like 120 or something is the longest I've been away, unless it's a huge tailwind, then it can be trouble. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to start throwing this line. Oh, you can see there. I've gotten so close so many times, gotten it a few times, way more often than any of the other routes. So, and then I'll show you some of the misses and how reasonable they are. Just past the basket. I mean, look at this. We got 52 feet, and we had a nice chance at ace. With other winds, you can go quite a bit farther past than that, but you're still going to have a look. You're not going to get stuck up on a hill or anything. So again, as long as you miss that tree there to the right, miss this tree to the left, then you got a great shot at the ace. And if you miss, it's a reasonable birdie. So this is my new line for this hole. I'm pretty much going to be throwing it all the time now. Sometimes I like to keep these to myself for a while. This looks good. Get in there. Oh, dang. Bam. That would have been quite a bit past it if I missed, but we got the change. Let's go for back to back. Again, sometimes when I find lines like this, I like to keep them to myself for a little bit just to feel like I have an advantage for a while. But you know I don't mind sharing. Back to back aces. Oh, come on. I thought we had back to back. Let's see if we can save this birdie. We ended up down next to this bush. Putting distance. Go around the world a little bit. See if we can get this to go. Nice. But there you go, guys. This is an awesome line. I'm excited about it. Steal it from me if you want. But glide, skip, rive. Right. Get in. Oh, so this is going to be a good example of how far. I mean, way down here, but again, it's 128. That's makeable. It's not ideal, but it's makeable. And you had an ace shot. So for me, that's what I love about this game, is to find lines like this that no one else is running, can give you a big advantage in multiplayer, and it's fun to throw. So there you go, guys. There's hole number 3. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I know I am. And as always, thanks for watching me play some DGV.